that is? Aaron Wall. You know what's going on. You see the ring on that finger. That ring on that finger right there. That pinky. I gotta get it over there next. My wife might be in here. Where my wife at? What's she at?
Ain't here somewhere.
My wife got pink on.
Chris, what's your relationship status to Roberts?
Married 12 years.
Yes, 12 years. So can I go ahead and tell them a little bit about your story? Yeah. I want to tell. I want to tell you the story. No, tell your story. Can't nobody tell your story like that? That's what So tell them about how you met your wife and, about what's so special, not special, but like that makes everybody go, ooh.
Well, I was a minister, and so we were supposed to be at a birthday party together. And I ended up not going, but she slid into the DMs and
She slid into your DMs?
Yeah, she slid into my DMs. And
where's she at? Afterwards, I want you to tell me what you said, sis. I need some pointers.
Right there. She's right there. So
it's always over.
The women slide in the DMs?
That's 12 years ago. They've been sliding DMs a long time.
That's what
you might need to start.
You might need to start. That's right. And a little more aggressive.
Ain't wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with a woman showing interest in that.
That's when we heart those pictures and we heart.
Wrong with everybody else.
You really
Same time, wrong with everybody else.
Have you ever slid in my DM?
Oh, girl, yes, I slid in this man DM, and he was just so fine. I was like, oh, girl, this is my husband. I done prayed about it. Here we go. So what I did was, I got the idea kind of off TikTok, but you know how you got the little GIFs, the little, the active pictures, and it was a girl like shooting a basketball. Shoot my shot. And he wrote back, he was like, oh, yo, that was real smooth. And then he came back and was like, I got a girlfriend, I'm so sorry. I'm like, dang, I won't never do that again.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
Stay on TikTok.
So she slid in the DMs, we started talking, and spent some time. We were together for about 5 months, and then I actually beat my wife. We got married in February 12.
How old were you?
I was 19.
How old was she?
She was 27.
I was 25.
She is 8 years old.
So that's what I'm doing.
Strong man.
Make sure your mind right first. Make sure your mind right first.
That is the reason why you're sitting here, was because even though you are so much younger than probably most people here, you are so mature, and that's, mad respect to you for that. So if you're gonna go pick like a cougar, if you're gonna pick a young guy, you want to at least make sure.
You got a strong man.
And a strong mind was that.
And love for the Lord. Make sure we love the Lord.
How that song go? Age ain't nothing but a number, okay?
Say the rest of it.
All right, so I'm going to start asking you some questions. So the first one is actually directed to the guys. And this one says, are you looking for your partner to be financially stable, or independent, or would you marry or date someone who is not? Like someone you got to build and grow together, like maybe, do they need to already be there?
We're going to start with the bare bed.
Nah, for me, it's wherever we at. If we meet, we vibe, we chill. It really don't matter where you at in life, as long as you ain't breaking no BS, no drama. As long as we can go and kick it, because if I ain't got no money and you cool with chilling and watching Netflix or Hulu, and we gonna lay on the couch and you gonna be on the other end and I'm gonna be stretched out like this, I'm cool, but
I don't want that.
I mean, it ain't for everybody to want. That's what I like.
Everybody's different.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not checking for your pockets because it's whatever. I'm getting it. We getting it. If I'm getting it, we getting it. If you rocking with me, we rocking.
Absolutely.
What you need?
What you talking about?
What you need?
That's fine, but you can't come in the door like that.
I come in the door however I want to come in the door.
Oh,
I kick in
y'all.
though. I kick in. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why you probably wouldn't deal with me.
At all.
You see what I'm saying?
At all.
So we ain't meant for each other.
There you go.
Which is all good.
Right.
Because you find somebody.
But and be real. The real issue isn't that you was looking for finances and all other things. You
Wait, he said, wait.
You missing one thing.
Wait.
You gotta have vision. And see, if a man doesn't have vision, you can work about his money all day long, but if he don't have vision, he don't see you in his vision. That's the real problem.
So when you meet a guy, off rip, what need to be laid down?
So at my seasoned age,
I'm seasoned too now. I don't know how old you think I'm not Chris.
Hey, I'm not still 19, I'm 32 now.
he's still baby.
We knocking on 50, my dog. We knocking on 50, my dog. Relax.
Please don't make movies like I make.
Oh, period.
What you?
We're a strong man.
Okay, I might have to revisit it. But what I'm saying is, at my age, I don't have time to go in with potential. I don't have time to come in to somebody else. I don't have time for that. Been there, done that.
We ain't talking about building nobody else. She asked, how would we,
Come.
how would, when we meet somebody?
I need you to be there. Come to me.
See, me and you definitely would work because I'm a mess. I come with baggage. I come with a lot of issues. I'm childish as hell. You see what I'm saying? Like,
But we
you
all
have to come with understanding more than
I have
anything else.
complete understanding, but if your life is not in order, then you can't align with me. That's all.
Elaborate what you just said.
Let me elaborate. Let me say, because everybody knows I am newly divorced, right? And so I actually posted that on Facebook today when I made a TikTok, a video or whatever. I've already been there. You know, I'm 49 years old. I'm about to turn 50. Life is very different for me. I have been in the place where he didn't have nothing, I didn't have nothing. We're going to get together and we're going to build something. You know, I've been there before, so I feel like I've done my due diligence. But at this point in my life, I'm not going to tell you, like, I'm not looking for anybody that is not already established. Because it is a lot of work. You know, I'm not, it is kind of building up.
You right about that now. You right, because I'm not finna get with nobody that ain't got it together now. But at the same time, as a man, we have to look at it different. Because for real, my girl ain't got, my woman ain't gotta have it all the way together as long as I'm together. I'm gonna get you together. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't gonna be with me. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna jump on board or you gonna jump off ship. You see what I'm saying? You gonna walk the plank. Other than that, it's like, I don't know, as long as you ain't got no drama, as long as you, because I'm a man, I'm looking at it from a man's point of view. And you're a cool chick and I enjoy taking you out, I enjoy spending time with you, and we kicking it.
And see, and there's definitely some difference there. Like, for men, like, would you like you heard what, like the way I feel. Felicity, would you date somebody who isn't already established? Like, you want somebody who might not be working or wants to go back to school, and now you gotta wait for them to get through school. You know, they not financially, they not where you are, but you can help them get there. Like, are you okay with that at your age?
Well, I'm a little older now, so my approach is different. But ultimately, like in the early days, yeah, I would date you. Would we go together? I just want to know, you got a car? You got a house? Can I pull up? Can we pull up? She ain't got none of that. She can get picked up now.
Yeah.
And these days she can get Uber. you got to sit alive.
We don't get no free sponsorships, just stop.
But even if she ain't got none of that, if she about, you ain't got none of that. If you about me and us and giving me my love and my respect and my, due diligence, like, I've always believed that I like the old school guys. I don't want my woman really working like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she working, we working together. You know what I'm saying?
Those are
Like,
very different now. That's why it's rough.
Okay, see, that's where, it's a little different for women versus men. Because men don't have a problem building a woman up. But it's a little different for a woman when you're trying to build a man to get him to the place that you want him to be. Y'all don't mind going out with a young woman and she can work at the Waffle House, no offense to anybody who does. And not have
I like my Waffle House women. But you,
I think some men are not as difficult to be raised in the sense, because like you said before, it's all about the vision. So you got one man who might talk that talk, but the next man gonna walk that walk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this one is just talking, but he ain't really doing nothing to actually step into the conversation he's trying to have. But this one right here, he talking, but he got a little action behind it. So I do feel like that's kind of where the difference comes in. And then too, going off of what you said, JR, big rap, whatever. Every I don't know what to call you, cuz. Everybody is different, and what works for you ain't gonna work for me, and what works for you, so it's different for everybody. So we can say all day, like, what you gonna do? Okay, well, like he said, well, we ain't gonna go.
But listen, when I was in my 30s, I didn't mind sewing into a man because I was doing it was going to be beneficial for the family.
Yeah.
But when you get to a certain age, I ain't trying to be 60 years old and still trying to see where we gonna go.
That's why I think the answer for that question ranges depending on who you're talking to. Because if you're talking to me as a 30-year-old,
but if she talking,
right on the nail,
Right.
Maya, and that's why I said earlier I wanted to, like, we know we have some people who are younger that are in here, my daughter being one of them. Us, we 40, we 50, and so we're always saying, you got already come to tension. And now we have these young girls who are in their 20s who are expecting because their mama told them, you can't talk to somebody who ain't already got it together, got a job,
ain't got no money, leave his ass
alone.
But see, I be broke. Like next week, I'm gonna be broke again. So how can I be mad at him?
The devil is a lie because I ain't got no money to give you.
But also, what she's saying, like, when like if I was to step down on you, I'm stepping down on you. I'm like not stepping down on you, but I'm like pulling up. Hey, how you doing? I got my stuff together. I ain't even worried about what you got, but I know you serious and I know you for real about yours. So I'm not asking you to the club. I'm asking you want to go to Jamaica this weekend, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying that's a different level.
But you don't even have to come at me like that. I didn't say you gotta take me on no elaborate trips.
But they gotta take you on a big girl trip.
I need you to have a home. I need you to have a car.
But
I need you to have a job.
But that goes without saying, right? That goes without saying.
No, that's not true. Because me, I need to go work.
We're going to see beautiful.
Sugar mama. And I ain't nobody's sugar mama. They looking at that. They looking for that. Because nowadays it used
What
to
sugar
be.
mama was that?
Hold on. It used to be the women that preyed upon men, but now the men are preying on women. They looking at the women nowadays saying, okay, she got this nice car. She riding.
What happened to women empowerment?
Oh,
That's not a man. That's not a man.
no. They looking at that she's got this nice car, she's got this big house, she's got this nice career. Okay, I'm gonna lock her down. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, we ain't bringing nothing to the table. We ain't doing that no more.
But that's not a man. That's not a man. That's a little boy you dealing with.
Okay, but it's some grown 50-something-year-old men.
And they some grown 50-something-year-old boys.
Chris, what were you gonna say?
I would want to know what your criteria for like coming all the way together because
Dark skin.
like
I
we're
do like
talking
to go meet them. I'm gonna lie. I do like it, but I'm gonna sacrifice now for y'all.
physical criteria, or something like that. I mean, what's a real criteria? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you got.
But I don't expect much. I don't expect much, but I do want you to come already established. I mean, if you know that you're not in a financial situation, not financially able to date, wait till your term, baby.
What's that? Hold on, I got something to say. What you mean not financially able to date? Hold up, a movie costs $10. A meal costs $35, depending where we going. And then, what else? You gonna want to come together, right?
Okay, wait a minute. See, you don't count my money. Don't count my money.
I'm just saying though.
What I'm saying is, if you know taking me out on a date don't set you back and you can't pay your bills, you ain't ready to date. You ain't ready to date.
All right, so that's one
But
criteria.
hold on. What if that week that I get paid? Yeah, I get paid that week and I know that I want to budget for you, baby. I might want to take you to
I don't want a man that's living from week to week. I don't want that. I don't want that.
You need a man right now.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Even as a businessman,
Wait.
let me say something. As a businessman, every day you try to find out, especially when you're an entrepreneur, you try to find out how you kill it what you eat every day. And it's week to week, baby. So you tell
But
me.
that's why you need to be able to manage your money. Don't spend your money on me and you know you can't pay your rent next week.
What you say?
That's stupid.
You said I can't pay my rent and take you out?
If you can't pay your rent, if you're gonna take me out somewhere, because I've been on trips somewhere, baby, and somebody took me out.
You said take me somewhere on a trip. I said take me
Hold
somewhere.
on. But take me out somewhere, just say on a trip. And then we get somewhere for my birthday and we can even go out and have dinner because we got to eat in a room. We're going to get bologna and cheese. We got to eat.
Who you dealing with? What you use for? What you use for?
Really there, but most of them, it's kind of quiet because y'all talking real surface right now.
The nigga is very quiet.
And I kind of understand, like, and not to be disrespectful in any way, but I understand why you're still single. You know what I'm saying?
Always elaborate.
You know, because like everything that you said had nothing to do with future. With the future.
With the future, he said.
See, when we get here, the first thing that we're looking for is, do I see you in the future? That's the first thing that we're looking for. So everything that you said is really good.
Let me correct you. I've been married. I was married for 16 years.
16 years. Okay. But either way, and even listening to you, again, no disrespect, but I didn't hear wisdom of 16 years. Like when I listen to you speak, it's like, but you still surface. You see what I'm saying? So I'm looking to see like where your future ideals are. That's why I keep saying, what is your criteria for when you say marriage? Because the first thing I thought about when I met my wife was, I see you in my future. I see what you could possibly be for me. I see a good mother in you. I see that we can do business together. I see all of these things. So I saw future. And every time I hear you speak, I don't hear future, but I hear you speak is about spending about 90 days.
Right there. Because I'm way past the stage of having babies. My kids are grown.
Yeah.
So as far as being a
We're not
mother,
talking about that's insignificant. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the future. I said
future. What do you see?
yeah, like because babies are one thing, but that's still not really a part of the future that we build together. Because those babies don't go somewhere after a while.
absolutely.
Right?
when you think
then,
about
once they go
criteria-
somewhere, we're talking about what do you see between you and that person that you're talking about.
First of all,
Mhm.
I want the type of man that's going to be, and I don't want to generalize because nowadays, like I mentioned earlier, there's more men now that are preying on women.
But we're still being political. We're not answering the question. We want to know what is your criteria? What are
My
your
criteria, I just want somebody that's going to love me, that's going to be loyal, that's going to be a real man, that's going to take on the role as a leader of my household.
What's a real man? What's the definition of a real man?
Because, see, my thing is, I'm so used to being this matriarch of being so independent that I have to run my household, even when a man is in the household. I don't want that anymore. I'm ready to depend on a man. I want to depend on a man solely. I want him to lead me, guide me, and I'm going to entrust in him that he's going to make wise decisions, not just for himself, but for my household. That's what I want. But until then, I have to step up because I don't want to be that independent woman. I'm not going to be around him saying, oh, I don't need a man, I don't need him. I want one. I want a husband.
But just realize, my sister, that man might not make $200,000.
You don't have that, baby. I got money. I got money. I'm okay with that. Man might work at Walmart, say what the Walmart, I can help you.
How about
If you work at
Like, the
Walmart,
man may not be,
I mean,
I'm not brain surgeon.
yeah, because you say work at Walmart, but
Mine gonna be a brain surgeon.
I'm just saying, a good man always talk to me.
No, mine, I'm not.
You can find a man that's been a Gucci shoes, a Louis Vuitton tie, like he's classic, like he's all got together. But once you break him down, he ain't worth come along home. You know that's how. So if you take a man that got rings in his fingernails, that you know is working home, that's gonna take care of you.
I changed my brakes yesterday. Real talk. Real talk.
I was taking out boxes yesterday.
I'm not gonna pray for you.
I agree with that.
That's gonna cry with you.
I agree with
That's
that.
gonna hold your hand at midnight when you go to sleep. That's the kind of man that you gonna want. And all those men don't come with a $500
I can do 100 push-ups too.
All of it.
I focus on the two.
I never
Power of
said
submission. You gotta know the power of submission. You gotta know that power.
No,
But listen,
submission is a terrible word nowadays.
No,
Words are not terrible when you define them.
I never said.
So let me, hold on, it's my turn. My show, it's my show. Listen, yes, submission, I don't think it's that submission is a sensitive word, but I'm not submitting nobody that's gonna submit me to hell, submit me to bankruptcy, if I'm gonna submit to you, and I would love to submit to somebody, but you gotta be a true leader. You know, you gotta be, but it might not, I get it. Everybody might not be good with the finances. Maybe y'all gotta manage the finances, but you gotta tell me the truth. If we can't be hiding shit around here. You know, everything has gotta be laid on the table, and wherever I fall short, you pick up. Vice versa. I'm totally okay with that, and I will submit. I don't even care how old you are. I have no problem submitting. But if I'm gonna submit, it gotta be that you are capable of leading me.
And I'm not
So the
gonna
promised
lead you
land.
to no river.
Right.
And I'm not gonna let you lead me to no river.
What
You
I
can't
was
follow
saying
everybody.
about submission is I think everybody's idea of submission is submitting a man to a woman. The scriptures never told you that.
Okay, well, break it
The
down.
scriptures tell you to submit to a vision, never to a man to a woman. Because if you submit a man to a woman, you submit yourself to a thing called entropy. That means randomness. Because you're going to change every day, you're going to change year after year. I'm going to change every day and year after year. So if I submit to your entropy, what you find is what we have now, which is chaos in our relationships.
Okay.
Did you hear what I just said?
Okay, so let me
Wait, no, wait a minute. Say that one more time. I don't want no more chaos.
Slow it down. We need to quiet in the building. The pastor is talking.
Yeah, I don't want no more chaos. Go
So
ahead, preach.
when we submit when a man submits to a woman and a woman submits to a man, we do not submit to people. We
Wait,
submit
so
to vision.
men submit to women?
Yeah, absolutely. The scripture never said a woman should only submit to a man. It said a man should also submit to a woman. But it also said it's out of reverence for Christ. Now, Christ, we mistake Christ for being Jesus Christ. Christ is an anointed king and ruler. What that means is when a king shows up, a king is a leader. And the leader has a vision. And so what we do, we submit to the vision because a king is a ruler of a kingdom. And the king does not submit to anything but his kingdom, which means that there's a vision there. Okay?
Love means to
Church.
be a kingdom and a vision.
So the deal is that when we submit, we only submit to a vision. As long as you keep submitting to people, you will always find that there will be chaos in your relationship. When we deal in business, we do not submit to people, we submit to the vision of the business. That's why the business grows. That's why it's called a partnership. We partner out of reverence for the business. Never for the people that are in the business. We serve the people, but we always submit to a vision.
Now give it up for this. Hallelujah. Give it up for this.
So,
Hallelujah.
we are having that, and it's not even about preaching. This is everyday life. These are principles that should be taught in school. So when we deal with relationships, the problem that we're having is that people want to submit to other people, but you're gonna always have randomness.
Get up. Switch places with Chris.
Only thing I can say is, ladies, he really messed us up.
Wait, say that.
The word said that we are to submit to our husbands. and doesn't have dominion over us. So God was so mad when Eve gave out the apple. I'm talking about the word that I read now. We ought to submit to our husbands, and He's have dominion over us. I didn't see no husband with us. We're supposed to submit to Him.
Are you saying to your husband he does not have a good
He said submit to the
I'm
man.
saying if you marry Him, and you say I do,
That's exactly why you don't just get out here.
don't say I do.
Marry, that's you
You
say
say
I
I
don't ever gonna want to argue.
Say I do.
Then you just marry and just anybody just get married.
Let's clarify what was said, and we go that route, let's clarify what was said in Genesis now. You said that it was supposed to be the woman submitting to the man. But here now, this is what the word really said. So what actually happened?
All right, it's not
Now that's there's no different interpretations. It's just clarity that we have to bring. Now, when we deal with that whole thing, when the scripture said that you were supposed to submit to the husband, that what that meant was is that I'm responsible for you.
Right.
Now, the reason why that he said that in that moment that he was responsible for her because God spoke to Adam first, and so it was Adam's job to teach Eve. So she had to submit in order to learn what the laws of God were. Now, she only failed because she did not know the laws of God. Now, once you are educated in the laws of God, that means that now we come together in one flesh, meaning that we have one vision. It was only in that stepping stone because she came second, because she had to be made, because the original purpose of the woman was to help the man with what? The vision.
You can't get this on Instagram. At all.
No matter
So if a man
it's
is
always
supposed to be responsible, right, for me, then he cannot be responsible for me if he is irresponsible.
Right.
But I'm not talking back no. I'm talking back.
See, that's what the problem comes in, you know, everybody, all these men, and I'm not generalizing again, a lot of men want you to submit, but when you're not aligned and you're not able to make those rational decisions for the family, why should I just get on board because he's my husband? I don't want to watch you walk.
He shouldn't be your husband. He shouldn't be your husband. When a woman meets a man, before you marry that man, you need to try him. And everything in his life needs to be tested so you know he's going to make the right decision. When my wife met me, she'll tell you, I put her through hell and high water because I'm not going to play with you. You're going to get every bit of me or none of me at all.
Woman needs to
None of
I
me at
want
all.
to
So a woman needs to be trying this man, letting him know. Now, if you got an abusive guy, don't be trying it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because some guys are insecure and they feel the need to haul off and hit a woman. You know, these young boys. But a man's man is going to take those and strive. You're going to have to let me make these decisions. When I make these decisions, you got to listen. Now, if I keep making bad decisions, you got the wrong guy.
So should we follow you even though we know that you're making bad decisions?
No, absolutely not.
Exactly.
So when I decide to
But it ain't not book if you book.
I'm not going to make the decision that's bad for my family. This is my family, my woman, my children, my mother, everybody. When I step, they behind me. So I'm not going to make these bad decisions. You know, but when I am making that one bad decision I make, you should say, nah, baby.
So then do you not agree that we should probably see, like we said, that a man is at least able to take care of his own
But
self?
you ain't going to see it until you try it. You got to
What I'm
try it.
saying is, if you have proven that you can't even take care of yourself,
Then why you dealing with it?
that's what I'm saying. If you are, like we said, we're looking for somebody, you got to not
Y'all
just have
way
potential,
too late. Y'all
but
way
be
too late.
already potential. Meaning, when I say that, I'm not saying you gotta be rich. You know, would I like to have a brain surgeon? Absolutely. Does it have to be? No. But what I'm saying is, I gotta at least know that if you are my age, 49 years old or 40 and up, that you are established, that you can take care of yourself. Because if you can't take care of yourself, there is absolutely no way.
Because should I die today or tomorrow, what you gonna do when I leave this earth? Can you keep taking care of these bills? Can you watch after these kids?
Still believe, no matter how strong of a leader a man is, a woman still is leading the house because without.
We don't want to.
It's not that you don't want to lead the house.
You can't have two leaders in a house.
That's
You can't have two
wrong.
leaders in a house.
Absolutely wrong.
We're just leading different things, like leading in different.
Different areas.
There is a concept, if you look at the concept is linear lateral relationship. It's a concept that I teach. And you see it in Genesis. The first thing is that God told Adam is what he said, work in the garden, right? He said, go do all the things that have to be done in the garden. But here's the problem. God looked at Adam and said, it's not good for man to be all one, alone. And so the next thing he said was that he put the man
All one alone. Did y'all catch that? Anybody else catch that? All one.
all one needs to be alone. So he cut the man from the top of his head to the sole of his feet to copy his exoskeleton. Then he created the woman and brought the woman to him. What was the problem? He could not advance and maintain. That's the problem. So the man is always advancing things. The woman's job is to maintain them.
Well, you gotta do
That's all I'm asking. I ain't saying something.
Okay, that's
We gotta ask him a question.
First of all, I just want to say the conversation is to about marriage and stuff like that. I know we talk about relationships. But from a single man standpoint, take that man, girl. Don't waste no time. Take that man tomorrow.
But leave at the first red flag.
Yeah, listen.
Leave at the very first red flag.
You know, like I say all the time, I see a red flag, and I'll see another red flag, and I'll see another.
And you gonna
red flag.
stay.
And you know what I say? Rainbow. I can fix that. I can fix that. You know, you always that person that you can just, we can fix that.
Now, the first red flag I see, I got down.
We can't expect somebody to
Move it, we got to move on. Nobody.
show you who they are, but
Next question, the first time.
they show you who they are.
Believe them. The first time.
The first time. All right, next question. All right, is cheating? This is my favorite question. Who want to answer that? I heard somebody say I want to answer that.
Put your hand down now.
We don't go ahead and let the guests start interacting for another time. So if you are a guest and you want to ask a question or ask something, what I'm going to have you to do is walk around this pole and just stand right over here by Felicity. All right? And he'll pass you the mic. All right, so I made a post on social media yesterday, and I said, and I was serious, that cheating is not an automatic deal breaker for me. Everybody has, some people, if you put your hands on me one time, I'm gone. If you cheat on me one time, I'm gone. Everybody has an automatic deal breaker. Cheating is not it for me.
I'm tired of your work, boyfriend.
But then I went on to say, cheating has saved a lot of marriages, right? And I know that some people thought I had lost my mind when I said that, but let me elaborate, right? So it could just be, there I was with my cousin and we're married, and he finds out that I'm cheating, or I find out that he's cheating. It could be no more than now we got to sit down and figure out was it something that I could have done? It could be something to just trigger the conversation. I have seen marriages that after somebody cheating one time, or it could be that you just love me so much, you don't ever want to hurt me that much. Like you could not stand to see me hurting that much. So I've seen, I'm a nurse practitioner, so I treat people that go through this.
First off, you got to think about what JR reaction gonna be to you cheating. Because it might not be something you can deal with.
Now, and there is, and we are not talking about anybody on this stage. We are just talking about in general, okay? So I've had patients who have come to me and have said, me and my husband, we have a hard time, he's working all the time and he's not paying me any attention, and it's been 6 months and we haven't had sex. I have had some men and some women. Let me talk. I've had some men and some women who have come and admitted, yeah, I went out and, I cheated, but I went back home and had no energy. Like I was able to just fix, like we was able to work it out. People think different ways, but people do it. There are some people who are egregious cheaters, that just cheat all the time. But there are some people who, if it were not for the fact that they were not out there with somebody else, they would never be able to maintain it. Now, does that mean you need to stay in a marriage? No, it means your marriage is trash, it sucks. I get that part, but I'm saying it is the reason that some marriages are still together. Why? Because you're willing to stay in that marriage for whatever, like for no other reason but to say, I'm still married, right? And so that's why I say for me now, I used to be on this, I was married for 25 years, been with this man for 30 years. It is quality over quantity. I don't care how long you've been married. If you're in a relationship and it is not a good and healthy relationship, or it's a toxic relationship, or there's cheated in a relationship, or financial strain in a relationship that is shouldn't be there, is it really worth staying in that relationship and then just going out and being with somebody else? But for some people, as long as they can go out and mess around with somebody else, they come home and put up with you.
Different strokes for different folks. I know, child, I'm gonna start sweating. It's like my cheek, not even got no man. Anyway, I know, it's the trust afterwards. Because I'm trying to wrap my mind around, like, even if we try to come back, how do I get to a point of where I can even trust you? I'm gonna be looking at you like, oh, you at your mama's house? Oh, okay. McDonald's. When you start eating McDonald's, like, I just.
That's a hard thing to do
It's hard to
because
come back from.
when the person cheats, it violates that trust, and then you think the worst of that, the person you love the most. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, yeah, she said she was at Walmart, but I called her and she ain't answered. And she out here giving somebody some head real quick or something. All kind of crazy stuff like that's why I empathize with women when they get cheated on. Because the thoughts that go through your mind after somebody cheat on you, it's crazy. But you gave me these crazy thoughts. You know
But see, it's a little different when a woman do it.
A man can't take it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what ain't no way I can handle.
You know, you can put your chest in.
Oh, you should have shot me in the gut. I'm kidding.
Right?
Yeah, no. See, that's why I'm saying I can empathize with a woman once it happens, because man can go have a whole other baby with another woman, but a woman gonna have coffee with another man, and it's the end of the world.
Why is it so different though?
Because we look at women like y'all perfect. If you are a woman, you are a woman. You the most beautiful thing.
The most beautiful thing in the whole
Well, you
world.
should have thought about that before you took them.
And we believe that lie that y'all tell us y'all only been 5 guys. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody wants to drink, head over to the bar. Shout out to our sponsors, Red My Vodka. Get your drink if you need to.
Yeah, what's the difference? Because if we be quite honest, a lot of times, especially in my era,
Shout out Cuz.
But they say these women be sometimes easy, but really it be the men that's easy. Because a lot of y'all be easy to come in and sleep with. So I want to know what makes it different.
The difference is we are men. No matter how y'all cut it, we stupid. It's no matter what. Chris, the smartest guy I know. He ain't gonna. Ever since I know Chris,
Chris, you have a brother.
11 years I know Chris. Chris has been this way from day one.
You are rare.
And he was like 18, 19 when I met him. And he's been the same.
He's rare.
With me, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm a full-blown idiot. But back then I was. Until I learned and I've lost. I'm divorced. I've been through several different relationships. I've lost a lot. You know what I'm saying? It took me a lot to get to where I'm at. But
Congratulations.
It ain't that big a deal because it had to happen. It had to. If you want a successful relationship, I mean, you kind of gotta grow up. You gotta kind of stop BSing girls, like, and especially when you get you one that holds you down and that you love with your whole heart. And then you hurt her that one time.
It's a wrap.
And see, that's what
you baby.
Y'all don't know how good a nigga act after he messed up the one time.
Alright, listen.
We get all the way back in the pocket.
Alright, listen. We started really, really late, but we gotta still have time to party. So I'm just gonna have to cut it short. So y'all
You got a stack of cards. You got a stack of questions.
But we got a party. It's not going away party 2 weeks. It's coming up. Turn up. Okay.
But before we do that, where all the single ladies at?
The single
Well, see, all the single ladies, raise your hand. All the single ladies.
raise your hand, ladies. We got some men who want to mingle.
It's only 2 minutes. 3 minutes in here.
Ask the question. Head on up here to the mic. I'm asking one more question.
I'll be your wife for the night.
All right. LaShonda,
See, nothing wrong.
how would you handle being ghosted by someone you thought you had a connection with?
Okay, first of all, that rarely happens, so let's put that out there. But I know me. But if I was ghosted, I would call him. I would call him. If he ghosted me without being mature enough to come to me and tell me what the problem was,
You
then
get blocked everywhere.
I'm not gonna block you. I want you to see how I'm moving now. I'm not gonna block you because I'm
Man, my feelings hurt.
I ain't blocking you, but I want you to see. But if you are not mature enough to tell me what went wrong in our friendship relationship, to tell me, hey, I didn't like the way you did this or that, and therefore I'm gonna move forward, then there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. You know me, then guess what? I'm moving right along.
That's right. Show them everything. Show them to see all of it. Everything. They can see everything.
We're gonna close this, and I'm gonna say one thing that I want to say, then we're gonna close, all right? I want to talk about these new commitmentships and situationships that I call bullshit on, all right? I think a situationship is a cop-out and a way for you not to commit to anybody, but I kind of think they do it because they are scared because we say stuff like you gotta have some money to come talk to me, and they ain't got no money, so ain't no sense in us committing. However,
I want to say something.
say something.
I'm over here thinking about, like, the reason situationships and stuff exist because your Instagram page, your Facebook page, they'll be all in your DM.
With your booty all out.
Yeah. First of all, you posted a picture. I saw some girls, and then you know,
What you trying to say? Because I tried to.
all I'm trying to say because we're trying to end fans is y'all ain't really talking about the real situation with some of the women type of situation. How they carry themselves. You post on Instagram, you go to the club, you butt naked at the club. Keep it to yourself so I can see it later on.
No.
Those are the women that you flock to.
No, I say on Instagram. I ain't flocking them. I did like the post.
My point is that.
But I did not go on here.
We got to turn up. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to sign out. Thank you, everybody who took the time today to join us on the Christian podcast. The live studio audience is definitely not the last. Shout out one more time to our sponsors, Red Mountain Vodka. We appreciate everything you did for us. We're about to turn up. Shout out to the Lux Farm, also a sponsor. And for sure, shout out to the Lux Bar Experience in the mix, who is also a sponsor. Zaire, who also hooked your girl up. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. So we are gonna end before y'all get too drunk, okay? Because I already asked God not to tell Pastor that I was up here drunk today because I don't want to preach about it up to Sunday, okay? But we are gonna have Pastor Deborah come. And so if everybody should know, I'm about to move to Houston. We're about to take the show on the road. And so we are gonna have everybody is gonna join in on this prayer, but Pastor Deborah is going to join me in the circle, and I'm going to have my close friends and family just kind of circle around me, and we're going to go ahead and say this prayer of protection. And
Surround yourself with people who take their candles and light your wick so you're not sitting in the dark. Danielle, thank you so much for setting the tone, my girl. And Tech, thank you for always bringing it home. I'm so extremely humbled because both of you saw something in me and didn't give in until you pushed me into purpose. Thank you for preparing me for bigger and for greater. Houston ain't ready. It's your girl, Trish.